What is up, everybody? I guess I'll talk today because we didn't plan this out beforehand, and Travis's mic is muted, and he's just giggling.
No, well, it's because Terry looks like he's in a closet. It's so dark.
Yeah, it is a little dark, but that's fine. Some of his best features, Terry's best features, they're better when they're hidden. So the cloak of darkness will make it much. I'm sorry, Terry. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. Travis picked on me today because he saw my he saw my graying hair and said, "You're just like Terry." You said that.
I don't know.
You said that. You said you and Terry because you mentioned something about being older.
Hey, at least you have what is it? At least you have surrenderers and not deserters, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that means, but yeah, sure.
That means at least they're waving the white flag instead of running away.
All I know is so evidently I made fun of Justin, but then he complimented me because I told him how old I was, and he didn't believe me.
I thought Travis was just a couple years older than me. I didn't realize he was like ancient. So
yeah.
Good for him. I guess good genes. Good genes are good docs.
It's WD-40.
WD-40, yeah. Your camera's doing some crazy stuff, Travis. It's like you're like doing the Hitchcock zoom in and out.
It's doing that autofocus, boy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, there we go. So this is episode 110 of Nerds with Mics. We were back last week. We said we'd be back on Sunday. That was a lie. We forgot it was the 4th of July, but here we are on Monday. Better late than never. And we're not going to leave you this time. You know, Terry mentioned last week that we're not going to keep doing We're Back episodes, and we mean it. Isn't that right?
That's right. We're never going to give you up.
That's right.
That doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to be flexible with our schedule. Like, obviously, yesterday was the 4th, and we knew that it was a holiday, so we may have to move things around. But
yeah,
we're here to stay.
You'll get your content, okay? You'll get it. Not that you're craving it, but you'll get it. So I'm Justin, and
I'm
you guys want to go around the
and
screen
I'm Harry.
I totally talked over Travis. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What have you been up to? So we did have a major holiday yesterday. How did you all celebrate? And what else have you been up to?
Travis?
Marley, right there.
Our audio listeners can't see Marley. But Marley is back.
Look at his eyes just looking into my soul.
If you've been with us for years, you'll know Marley.
Yeah, you'll know Marley occasionally puts in her 2 cents every once in a while during an episode. But honestly, I've just been... obviously, holiday weekend, had been doing some hiking, playing disc golf. I actually started Ratchet and Clank, so that's exciting. Played about 2 hours of it. It's really good. Still been trying to get used to the spin bike, so that's been good. What else? Honestly, I think since last week, that's really been it. I was trying to think if I watched any movies. I have not watched any movies, but I do plan on watching, maybe even as soon as tonight, watching Army of the Dead. Or is that what's the name? Is that the
That's
name
it.
Army of the Dead? Yeah. Because I know you talked about it last week, Terry, when you were talking about things you were up to, and it's not that I don't want to see it. I just haven't watched it yet, so I may try to do that tonight. So.
Good choice.
Yes. So, what about you, Terry?
What about me? I hung out with you. I see. I'm not good enough for you to mention, but
I was just gonna let you. I didn't want to steal your thunder, bro.
You knew that's all I was up to. Anyways. Hung out with Travis for 4th of July. It was my mother-in-law's birthday party, so we had a little shindig at his family's camp. That's pretty much it.
One thing I forgot to mention, not to cut you off, Terry. I can't believe I forgot. I went to North Carolina and stayed in my very first tiny house, and I saw Maxwell.
Yes. Oh, did Maxwell want to join us tonight? I know we did.
No, I didn't actually. I forgot to mention it because him and I were so busy hanging out. But I will call and ask him if he would be interested in making an appearance. I think one thing we should do is this link for this thing the same every week?
It is not. It's different every week.
Okay. I was going to say maybe we should just have a standing invite and he can just join randomly whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just text it to him out of the blue. I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to say any explanation. I'm just going to send the link and we'll see what happens. So we might get Maxwell and we might not. I don't know.
I hope he clicks it while he's pooping.
Oh my God. I hope he doesn't because we might get kicked off of all the platforms we're on, but that would be fascinating. So it sounds like y'all had eventful fourths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fourths. I spent mine with my wife's family, swimming in a pool and watching movies on a projector and big screen, and it was a lot of fun. Ate some food. Did not drive into town to see fireworks because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care. I'd much rather just watch a movie than watch fireworks. That's just me. Maybe you
have you seen Disney fireworks?
Oh, Disney! I'm not going to Disney though. I'm not in Florida, Terry. I mean, come on.
Disney ruins fireworks for everything.
But I've seen fireworks in town, and I've also seen the traffic in town. And pass.
Yeah.
Nothing against the fireworks display. It's a nice display. I just don't. It's not worth my time driving into town to see it. Right. No offense, but I didn't do that. But I did eat and play, and I played some games. Ratchet and Clank, which. Did you talk about that, Travis? I didn't hear if you did or not.
Yeah, I did talk about it. I can go into detail about the game itself, but yeah, I played a few hours, and it's so far really good.
It is
the
good.
The last one that came out, I played some of it, but I didn't get like super into it. But this one already kind of has me hooked. So
I do have a question for Terry. So Terry, I just found out Terry got rid of his PlayStation 5, which hurt my soul. What are you playing these days? I don't know if I know what you're playing these days.
I am playing with my child.
What's
me?
Like, did IGN give that a good score?
Perfect score, actually. She's perfect.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I don't know.
Open Critic, though, has other words to say. Are you playing anything right now, though? Or are you just playing with that kid?
Battle Royale. Clash Royale?
Game. Yeah, Clash Royale on my phone. No.
Okay.
The only game I play is, every once in a while I'll pick up Animal Crossing.
Okay. Sounds good. I wasn't sure, because I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that you got rid of it. And that hurt my heart, but it sounds like you have a 10 out of 10 baby at home to play with.
That's right.
Justin, did you play it?
We got a comment. Maggie gets a 20 out of 10 according to Taylor Pell.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. That's a good score. I don't think anything's ever got a 20 out of 10 before. I think Terry would agree. I think we all would agree.
The water in Pokemon, according to IGN, gets like a 20 out of 10, I think, too, right? Isn't that like
the water in Pokemon?
Isn't that what the IGN like?
Are you comparing my kid to water and Pokemon?
I think he is.
No, never. Anyway,
Skyward Sword originally got a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think if someone compared Maggie to Skyward Sword, I would take that as a compliment if I were you.
What about Red Dead?
I think, that's a pretty good compliment. We should just start referring to Terry's kid in reference to video games. Like, today your kid's acting like a real... I don't know. What's a crappy video game? Like if she's like being really fussy.
She's a real Shaq Fu.
Yeah, she's a real Shaq Fu today, Terry. All right, you got to get her in line. Or today, you know what? She was a little GTA 5-y. 10 out of 10, and also kind of violent.
Yeah, that'd be good. I was going to ask you, Justin, did you give Mario Golf another try, or is it still disappointment for you?
I haven't. It's not because I didn't want to. It's just because I had other things to play. I guess that is because I didn't want to. I will, though. I'm not done with it. I want to play the multiplayer mode, the one where like you're racing from hole to hole, much like we do with your mom. But
this is live now. You realize that? Right?
I know. I shouldn't have said that. I couldn't help it.
Wow. My mom's probably watching, honestly.
I'm so sorry. If you're watching, I'm so sorry. If you want to comment mean things to me, you can. I totally understand. But I would like it to be known that Travis has probably said the worst about my mom. So, and she is definitely watching. My mom is watching.
Terry saw my mom, and she was a sweetheart. She held Maggie and gave her a 100 out of 10.
She's a sweet lady.
Yeah. We did just lose a viewer. I assume that is Travis's mom that just left. So I'm very sorry. So let's jump in. Yeah, let's jump into this show. I feel like this intro has gone on a little long, but it's been full of great banter. So we wanted to talk about a few things. How do we want to tackle these? A lot of these are very Sony heavy. Should we just jump into the Loki bit and then jump into the Sony stuff?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Have we all seen the latest episode?
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Awesome.
If you have not, this is your time to mute until I give you one of these and we're done talking about it. If you don't want to hear about Loki, but
one of these.
Yeah, one of these. So you just have to mute until you see one of these.
Yeah, and if you're listening on Spotify, you won't see it.
But I'll give you a verbal cue as well. But
if they're muted, they won't hear the verbal cue.
Yeah, it'll be muted, so that doesn't make any sense. So just roll the dice.
Yeah, just do like that plus 15-second skip thing until we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I watched it last night, kind of late. IGN gave it a 5 out of 10, I think, which I sent to Terry, and Terry was like, "That's insane." And I agree. That is an insane score because I think that was my favorite episode of the season. I don't know. The show definitely feels like high stakes, which is nice. And I love Mobius. I'm just gonna be honest with you. He's my favorite character. I hope he's okay. Do you think he is?
I mean, once we figure out
the after credits kind of make it seem that way. He's hanging out with Lightning McQueen.
These notes, dude.
Who put that picture of your mom in there, Travis? Is that you or was that Terry?
It was Terry.
Terry put a picture of Travis's mom in the notes.
I will remember you.
If I could share the notes with everybody, I would. But I can't.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll check it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. There she goes.
Check it off. She's not an objective, Terry.
Maybe.
But unlocked.
Oh no! Terry's wife has chimed in.
It looks like she's playing World of Warcraft.
What do you mean?
World of
wow.
Yeah, she wrote "wow" with a bunch of O's.
Yeah,
I mean, she's talking about Owen Wilson. No, I think she's talking about Owen Wilson.
Wow. I think Terry might
hanging
be
out with Lightning
on
McQueen.
the couch tonight.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Oh, but Destiny, if you didn't see the first comment we had, I don't know if she was here or not when that happened, but all right. So, yeah, I thought it was a really good episode. Would you all think?
Good, Terry.
Yeah, sure. I loved it. It was my favorite episode. Like, so much happened. It left on such a cliffhanger. Like, we got a lot of backstory. I mean, everybody was hyped to see, what are they called? I wanted to call them time bandits. I know, but that's not what they are.
The time guard? Is it the time? It's not the time guardians, is it now?
That's who I'm talking about.
The TVA?
No, not the TVA. The guys that run the TVA.
Oh, gosh. No, I forgot. It's the time something or other.
Time Lords. No. We'll just call them Time Lords. I was really excited to see what was going on. I'm like, these guys are lame. Then you find out they're robots. Timekeepers?
Timekeepers, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you find out they're androids.
Yeah.
Which is maybe a callback to Falcon and Winter Soldier when Sam says it's always wizards, androids, or aliens we're fighting. Like,
it's
kind of funny.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
No, but I mean, that was the best episode. I was really angry at IGN's review, which I mean, it's just an opinion, but it's a wrong opinion.
Yeah, I don't get it because I felt like that was the best episode. And the drama in this particular episode was kicked up like top notch. Right. And I'm gonna jump right into spoilers. So I really like Mobius. I really like Owen Wilson's portrayal of Mobius. Wow. But the scene where he confronts Ravonna, whatever her name is, and he's like, I want a jet ski. He's like, and then they just prune him right there. And I'm like, oh God. Like, I'm upset. Like,
I had to pause it.
I was really sad.
What?
But then when they pruned Loki, I was like, oh, okay, Mobius is probably still okay. I honestly thought he was dead. And I think most people probably did. And he might be. I mean, we don't know if since Loki's a god, I mean, he might be immune to pruning. I don't know. But I just want Mobius to get that jet ski so bad. I do. But he'll probably, I don't know, die.
Yeah, it was really... I mean, I kind of expected it to happen at some point, and I keep forgetting that we only have 6 episodes in this series. Yeah, and that was number 4. But I did not expect that to happen. I don't want to say that soon, but I kind of thought that would be something that would be left at the end, unless it turns out that obviously he's not really dead. But yeah. But what do y'all think about spoilers? But all the other Lokis, there's like 4 of them, right?
Yeah, there's an alligator Loki.
Yeah, alligator, kid.
Classic and boastful.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And so what do you all think about the Time Lords? Do you think they're real or do you think they're made up completely?
I have no idea because those were not real, but are there Time Lords? I mean, but like Ravonna, I don't know what her name is. So I'm just gonna say Ravonna because I don't want to say it twice. But I mean, she seemed like she went to them, like I think thinking that they were real as well, right? Unless it was some sort of trickery to get, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I feel like she went in there expecting a meeting with like the legitimate Time Lords, and maybe she discovered that they weren't real, or maybe she already knew that they weren't real, or maybe they are real and that's just a proxy for them. Hey Marley, what's up? I don't know. I don't know.
It's Mephisto.
It might be Mephisto.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no clue. It's very. We have 2 episodes left, and I feel like there's a lot to cover.
Yeah, I do as well. I really like, well, the Loki as we know him. I really like his character development in the show. What really stinks is like he was really kind of starting to come around as a character and not be, such a Loki, so to speak. And then, of course, he gets pruned, right? Like, and the fact that, like, he clearly got super upset when they pruned Mobius, right? Like, you can definitely tell there's like a friendship that's been formed there. But I am really anxious to see kind of the direction that it goes, and like makes me wonder, is like everything that was happening at the TVA like even real or actually happening, or like is it like somebody just playing mind games? I don't really know.
Somebody's purposely taking out entire dimensions, right?
Yeah.
So there's a rumor that the next big bad in the MCU is going to be Kang the Conqueror, and apparently he has something to do with the Timekeepers. Is what I haven't really read too much into it because I don't want to be spoiled if something like that does happen. But who knows? Who knows what happens? Lady Loki was really good in that episode. You guys
Sylvie?
like her? Yeah, Sylvie.
Yeah, I like
B-15 also came around, and because like B-15 annoyed me, and like I know that B-15 was just doing their job, but I was like, man, just let Loki and Sylvie do their thing, all right? But like, she came around to this episode. It showed that she wasn't just like a mindless drone to the TVA, that she could stand up and do it. It was right.
Right. Did you guys like the loop that Loki was put into with Lady Sif?
Yeah, I did. That was really funny. Yeah, when she came through the first time, I was like, she's gonna come around again. I was like, he's just gonna get smacked and punched around constantly.
Yeah,
that was good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm excited for the next one. I'm sad that we only have 2 more left, and honestly, I don't know when the next Marvel movie besides Black Widow. Like, I think it might be
Spider-Man.
No, there's that other one.
Oh no, the Eternals.
There's another one too, I think.
Is it the
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi, I think, might be the next one.
Shang-Chi and 10 Rings, and then Eternals comes out in November, and then Spidey in Christmas.
Would you say, repeat that?
I said Shang-Chi, then Eternals, I believe.
Yep.
And then Spider-Man.
Man, next year's going to be nuts. Next year we get, and I don't know how up-to-date this list is. Oh, it was updated June 24th. So pretty up-to-date. Then it's Doctor Strange in March, Thor in May, Black Panther in July, The Marvels in November. Then we have Ant-Man in February of 2023, Guardians May of 2023. That is exciting. Loki. Oh, we still get, not Loki, we get Hawkeye and Miss Marvel this year too.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's this year?
Late 2021, which I know Hawkeye is well into filming, so I imagine.
Oh, it's finished filming, isn't it?
Probably at this point, yeah. We'll probably get that one maybe September, maybe October. I don't know, because they both have to come out, and they'll definitely want. When does the Marvels come out? The Marvels that's late next year. We'll probably we might get Miss Marvel like December of this year, because they'll want to set up her character with the.
Isn't this next phase they're about to do supposed to end with Fantastic Four?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
what they said.
Kevin Feige said that phase 4 is going to end with Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So Maxwell just sent back and said, "Oh, awesome! Did Travis mention I was needing this? Thank you." I don't know. Was he talking about StreamYard?
It's because I was telling him about what software that we were using, so he probably just thinks you're sending it to him as a like, this is what we use.
So he's at Carowinds. So have fun, Maxwell, at Carowinds. We have a comment. I'm going to give an unpopular opinion on Marvel from Dark Sage 9117. I look forward to hearing what they have to say when they type that opinion out. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm pumped about what Marvel has coming. I'm going to be honest. I'm not. I actually talked about this today with some friends. I'm not really excited about Black Widow.
You don't like strong female characters?
It's not that. It's the fact that she died like 3 years ago in movie form. This is a contractually obligated movie, and I would rather watch other Marvel movies with characters that aren't.
Marvel's trying to bank on that Wonder Woman success, man. and Captain Marvel.
No, she just owes him another movie, one last movie, but they killed her off before she could do it. Which I think they're also going to set up Florence Pugh as the new.
Well, Black I heard Widow. Taskmaster is the worst villain in the MCU.
Oh, really?
So,
I mean, probably.
I've been reading reviews.
Oh boy!
Would you say this is her one last ride? Is that what you would say?
That's right.
Hey, it's our longtime listener, Justin.
Justin Werner says, so glad you guys are back. I love hearing you in my ear holes. You guys rock. We're happy to fill those ear holes, okay?
Yeah. Fill your ear holes with our love and our words.
Yes, and our words. All right. So I don't have anything else to add on Loki. Do you, gentlemen?
No, I do not. No. Maxwell says, I don't need you.
All right. So as Jay-Z once told me, on to the next one. So the first thing we have on here, we have a lot of Sony stuff to talk about today. The first one is, hang on. We got this comment, making sure it's family friendly first. It is. So Dark Sage's comment completely covered up Travis. I have zero interest in shows like Loki and WandaVision. I respect what Marvel is doing in creating a universe with story and focus. I see Travis peeking up there, but it feels. Hang on, Travis. I'll throw you.
No, you're fine. It's fine. I'm more interested in the comment.
But it feels that they're getting stale and repetitive, going back to characters like Loki. We have seen him already. He is not fresh and new. Focus on building other characters instead of doing characters we've seen before. Yeah, I get that. I think almost they're using it as a jumping off point because we are getting like Miss Marvel and we are getting Hawkeye, which I know we know Hawkeye, but it's really going to, I think, showcase his daughter more. And then, hang on, there's actually a list of shows that are coming out in 2022. We've got Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars. Sorry, I heard you snap, but I had you minimized.
Oh, you're fine.
One of you snapped.
No, it was. Maybe it was.
I was gonna say they're not going with fresh characters right now, but they are fleshing the existing characters, right? Like a lot of these characters really didn't have anything to do besides just be plot devices in the other movies. Obviously, we've seen Loki a lot, since the beginning, but we're getting just his. It's the show's really. I mean, it's called Loki, but we got the TVA. Like that's going to be huge consequences throughout the entire rest of the MCU.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What's with his character? Is it really just this show to set up stuff going forward, and then we won't see him again? I mean, you're pretty sure that they're somehow going to bring him back. He's going to prevent his own death, right? Is that what you think, Terry? Is that what we talked about?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I think they'll bring him back. I mean, maybe not. Yeah. I kind of would like. I hate that. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. What were we gonna say?
Well, I just say that I know that I talked to Jared about the theory, and I can't remember if I talked to you about the theory of the show, but Jared seems to think that because in was it Infinity War where Loki died? Is that right? That I guess when he went to stab Thanos, he usually stabs with his right, but he stabbed with his left. And so Jared seems to think that whole thing that happened was a projection and that this is going to lead up to that point, and he's really going to have basically saved himself, essentially.
I don't think so. That's like saying Mephisto did everything. No. I mean, the TVA showed, this Loki his entire life in like a film reel, and then it ended there. Yeah. So, like all of his tricks, like I don't think so, just because he used a different hand.
Yeah, but I kind of agree a little bit with what Dark Sage is saying as well. I mean, we've seen a lot. I mean, while this modern MCU started with Tony Stark, right? Like, and we've seen a ton of characters introduced over and that whole course of time, that saga's done, and I can understand wanting a lot more new characters introduced and new things being fleshed out. I think we're just kind of in a weird transition period right now where we're still taking some characters that are currently here and using them as set pieces to introduce new characters. You know what I mean? I think we're just in this weird transition, but I agree in the sense that I don't want to see characters just used over and over and over. Right. So, I can definitely agree with what they're saying for sure.
Justin Zwerner said, I think it's all leading to the multiverse stuff, which is why we don't have a trailer for Spider-Man. Yeah, you're right. We would have, I think, had a trailer for Spider-Man by now. It's probably
Did you guys? I was going to say, did you guys see the supposed leak of Spidey's new suit for the new movie?
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
black and gold. Which
yeah.
are saying maybe it's like he's using gold as like a material against Elektra. Like, I don't know. Just something cool to talk about.
Sorry, I just muted myself while it was going ham, so I apologize for that.
That's fine.
I was trying to save the viewers and listeners' ear holes.
Let's dive into the Sony stuff.
Okay.
So Sony had a game released earlier this year, Returnal. It did pretty well. I want to say critically. I'm going to look it up right now. It was an exclusive game. On OpenCritic, it has an 86 top critic average. 88% of critics recommend it. It's made by I think it's a smaller company called Housemarque, and Sony has now bought them. Sony now owns them. That's according to Sony Japan. Sony Japan also reported they bought Bluepoint, who Bluepoint was over the Demon Souls remake that launched with the PS5 last year. It's also rumored that they're working on another remake of a game. Some people are speculating it could be Metal Gear Solid. I don't think it is, but I don't know anything. So
Bloodborne.
Oh yeah, it could be Bloodborne, possibly. But yeah, so that's Sony gobbling up some new companies. They haven't shown off their summer showcase, which we're going to talk about in a minute. What we hope to see, but. What do you all think about that? What kind of potential do you think is there? I mean, Housemarque, I don't know what else they have made. Do either of you know?
What Bluepoint has made?
No, Housemarque. The Returnal company, yeah.
I know that I'm actually looking it up real quick because I actually listened to.
Not a whole lot. The Angry Birds trilogy.
Oh man, never mind.
I'm not making
Game
that
over.
up.
They won.
Yeah, honestly, their list of games is not very impressive. I think Returnal might be their first big hit.
Yeah, which I haven't played that yet. Have you, Justin?
No, it's a $70 game that you have to play like 3 or 4 hours before you can save initially, and I just don't have time or patience for that.
Yeah, that's the sci-fi one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be the best game ever made. I'm not going to pay $70 for a game I already have very minimal interest in. See, I don't really know how much of an impact Housemarque's going to have on Sony. I don't really think it's like a huge get. Bluepoint, however, I don't think Bluepoint has made any games for anybody other than Sony, have they?
No, and it just makes sense, I think. I mean,
they did the Metal Gear HD collection, which I guess that could make sense that they might completely remake Metal Gear 1. That I didn't know they did the collection, but it was.
Makes me wonder if this studio is actually going to make, are they going to start making new games, or are they just going to use them to lean into a library that already exists and just start cranking out remakes? You know what I mean?
I mean, the Demon Souls remake was perfect.
Yeah, they also made the Uncharted collection, right? They enhanced those games.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
They did Uncharted. They did Gravity Rush remastered. They ported Titanfall to the Xbox 360, Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection, God of War collection. So they've had some big collections and remakes under their belt. So I guess, if Sony really wants to kind of drive into that market, that's the company to acquire. And according to Sony Japan, they did. So good for them.
Yeah.
One of my favorite games from last year was Ghost of Tsushima. What about you guys?
No, it was very good. I was all about that game.
Yeah, it was really good, and I didn't get to finish it. I think I'm about halfway through it right now, but I do plan on going back and finishing it. I think now that it actually got upgraded for PS5 as well, correct?
I believe so, and they also got a free multiplayer update last year as well, which is really good if you haven't played it.
I have not. No.
Oh my gosh, yeah! If you got to play it. Terry, do you have a PS4?
No, I just have I have an Xbox One S.
Gotcha. Well, Travis, you and I will have to play Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer because it's really good, and maybe one day Terry can join us. Maybe if he goes to GameStop, trades that 10 out of 10 baby, and he can get a couple pennies. And just kidding. That's what they would give you. I mean, right. They wouldn't give much. I mean, it's GameStop. They don't give anything. Anyway, So they did announce they're doing a director's cut. Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. Sorry, I had a hard time saying that. That will release on August 20th. It includes the original game and additional content, including I'm not going to say this right, IKI Island. I-K-I Island. I hope that's right. It's a whole new expansion pack. It's also going to get PS5 exclusive features like the haptic controller feedback. Lip sync for Japanese voiceovers will actually line up, and I want to say 3D audio, but I'm not. Oh yeah, 3D audio. So yeah, that's going to be cool. If you have if you already own the game on PS4, it'll be a $30 upgrade. If you don't own the game at all, it'll be, I think, $60 altogether. I'm really excited about that. I really love that game. I thought it was really, really good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I'm excited, and maybe now that that's releasing, maybe that's just one reason for me to kind of hold off and just wait for that to come out and then go through and play it. Since I'm not going to want to do that if I end up beating it. I'm not going to want to go back and completely do it after just beating it. So
yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like I want to jump in and play that game just because it's so good. But yeah, I wouldn't mind waiting just for the PS5 updates that come with that. Justin says, what do you guys think of video game companies going in the same direction as the movies and remaking everything? Terry, you look like you have a lot to say on this topic.
I do, actually. So when you remake a video game, it's the exact same thing, just with like a new skin on top of it, right? Like most of the time, like gameplay mechanics don't even really change. Like the Medieval remake, for instance, like that was a really cult classic, beloved game. They remade the game, but the controls still feel exactly like they did on PS1, which some fans liked, but I feel like was cheap. Movies, on the other hand, like they're remaking these, but they're like some directors are throwing like a completely new spin on it. Like they're changing some things. It's got a new cast, a new score. I feel like it's a cash grab, and I feel like Sony's the worst at it. They remake every one of their games except Jack and Daxter for some reason, which is stupid. But
and SOCOM.
Yeah, and SOCOM. But I'm just saying, like, I think video game remakes are more of a cash grab than movie remakes. Yeah, you have studios throwing like all this money at it because they know it's going to be a cash. It's definitely a cash grab. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying like the viewer gets more out of a movie remake though than they do a video game remake.
I think there is a big difference too between like remastering and remaking. Like, because like when they announced the Mafia Trilogy last year, Mafia 2 and 3 were remasters and they were not worth the premium price. Mafia 1 though was a complete remake, like from the ground up, because it's an old game.
I get that. Like that makes sense. And like when they change controls, when it's a whole new experience, that's something different.
What about Demon's Souls? How do you feel about that one? Because it technically was like the exact same game, just on like with 60 frames per second, updated graphics, all of that. But I mean, where so many years had passed, it felt like a new game, even though it wasn't.
See, that's it. Like they want you to say that. Like that's their marketing. Like it feels completely different, but yet the same.
Like, well, I mean, like look at like The Last of Us, right? The Last of Us came out, and then like a year later, they do The Last of Us remastered, and it's, let's face it, it's just got a brand new coat of paint.
We have lightning particles.
I know,
$60.
Yeah. I feel like Demon's Souls is like a 4th generation upgrade. I honestly feel that one
also
was
frame rate adapt. Like the better frame rate helps a game like that, so it's probably a better experience for the gamer. Like I get that, but at the same time though, like he's saying, I mean, both studios are just remaking everything. Like there's no more originality left.
Yeah, I agree. One thing that I'll say, I mean, I don't really have much to add, other than what you guys had said, is I think it also really depends. Like if they're planning on reviving like an old like franchise, and we haven't gotten one of those games in quite some time, and nobody's ever played the ones before it. In those cases, I feel like it's appropriate. But if they're just doing it to do it, you know what I mean? And they're not coming out with a new version of that game or like a continuation of the stories that they're remaking, then I'm not a huge fan of it.
Right.
But if it's something that they're doing specifically for like an audience that's never played these series of games before, and they're working on a new one, and they want you to be able to play through it and be like, okay, well here's the new one. Then, I'm a fan of that. But if they're just doing it literally just to do it, but then again, I think we can all say that like that rule also doesn't apply though if there's games that we want to see remade. Like you've never played Ocarina of Time, but you don't want to go back and buy 64 and play it, do you, Terry? No, you don't. You play it on your Switch if they remade it. You know what I mean? So I think it really just depends on, number one, if the game is something that you're a huge fan of, right? I think that's the big thing is like Is it something you've never played? If it's something you've never played, what you like to play a modern version of it. However, if it's like don't get me wrong, like I love all the Fable games, but if they remade them, I'm not going to go back and replay them. You know what I mean? It just really depends on the game. You know what I mean? For me, anyways, or the franchise, I should say. So.
Over 10 years since we had a SOCOM game.
They remade Crash Bandicoot before SOCOM. How's that make you feel?
They probably will.
No, they did.
Oh yeah, my bad. They did the trilogy. My bad.
Which sparked Crash Bandicoot 4, but
yeah. All right, so that was our thoughts on that. We talked about Ghost. Let's talk about the upcoming Sony showcase that does not have a date, and Sony has yet to confirm it exists, but it's summertime, and it should be coming at some point. What do you think we'll get? Not what do you want to get. What do you think we'll get? Stump them.
I think we're gonna finally get, even though they've.
Hang on a minute.
What?
Cortland Bowman, my co-host of Better Off Reds, is trolling me, saying Warzone is basically the new SOCOM. And Cortland, if I could kick you out of the... Huh?
I think he's right.
Shut up, Travis. All right.
That's rude. Wow.
Sorry. Cortland, that's not true. Please be quiet. Okay.
No, I'd say Rainbow Six Siege is the new SOCOM.
It was, but they've really turned it into kind of just a goofy game now with all the different just goofy operators. It was, though, yeah.
Yeah. Did we get the so I think one thing, even though it's delayed, do you guys think we'll see anything on God of War 2 Ragnarok?
Maybe an actual title, because they haven't. They said that's not the title of the game, right? Like maybe we'll get something about a title.
Yeah.
I think we may get something from. I'm hoping. Well, no, you said no hopes. I think Sony's going to announce something to be a competitor of Game Pass. Like that's been in the works. They said at the announcement of the PS5. So now would be a good time right before holiday season.
I think with PlayStation Now, they just need to make it better.
Well, they're going to redo it though. They said they want a competitor for Game Pass. PlayStation Now is not that competitor.
For it to compete with Game Pass, though, that means every first-party Sony game would have to be on that platform day one.
Not necessarily. They just have to get the third-party licenses.
I mean, if they want to compete with Game Pass, yeah, they would have to be, because that's why, like Game Pass, I know that I'm never going to buy Halo again. I'm never going to buy Forza again, Fable, any Bethesda game. I mean, it's all going to be on their day one. I mean, I don't need to buy those games. I just need a subscription.
Sony has a lot more first-party titles, though. So my point is, though, they get all the third-party, like use the same licensing that Microsoft has for Game Pass for all the third-party people on theirs, like, and make it maybe a little bit cheaper.
So the problem with that too is that Microsoft's already kind of locked down EA with EA Play, and they're working on. The rumor is they're working on Ubisoft. So I don't really know like who of like the major players you get.
They could still get them, couldn't they?
I mean, they're already locked in with Microsoft. Well, EA is locked in.
Like, Ubisoft are they? They're actually contracted. Like, they literally.
I mean, at the moment they are. I don't know if it has an expiration date. I'd say it does.
Right.
But that's just included now. All EA Play games are now on Game Pass. So it's really nice.
So it's going to be difficult for Sony. You're saying it's going to be difficult for Sony at this point.
Oh yeah, unless those contracts have like an expiration date that's not in the so. I mean, it may just be a year at a time, and I mean, in that case, it could just be a year before they do it. But I don't, or if they got Ubisoft, that would be big. Activision. I can't see. Actually, I could see Activision going for that. They're pretty tight with Sony. Take-Two, they're still available, but
so maybe they have their own.
Sony. Yeah, Take-Two and Activision. Yeah, Take-Two and Activision are pretty tight with Sony already. So that could happen. Those would be the two they'd want to go after, and that would be good. That'd be big. But yeah, honestly, the appeal for Game Pass for me is that I know I never have to buy a Microsoft game. I just have them. And like with Sony, any game that like I'm probably not going to buy Forza day one, but I'll definitely play it day one if it's on Game Pass.
Cool.
With Sony, I'm definitely not going to buy Returnal, but like I would buy like The Last of Us. You know what I mean?
So you definitely don't think Sony would put all their first party titles in a streaming service?
I mean, I think they would have to for it to even be called a Game Pass competitor.
Right. It'd be like Disney Plus. Like, I remember, I think that was one of my first episodes on the show. Like, we talked like, what was Disney Plus going to be? Is it going to have all of their content? We were like, no way. You know what I mean? So like, what if Sony does that?
The most part does, unless it's tied up with other stuff, doesn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, even like if there's a movie or something that's on Netflix, like it'll give you a date when it's coming to Disney.
Okay.
But my point is though, like we don't think they'll do it, but I mean, is that the only way they could? Is my question. Like to be able to compete with Game Pass.
I don't, like I said, and this may be just, I may just be being difficult unintentionally, but I don't even think they could say they're competing with Game Pass unless they do.
Okay.
I think they would have to. And I don't know if they would. I don't know if they need to. Their games stand up on their own. You know, they don't really. Microsoft has good games in Halo. They have good games in Gears. They have good games in Forza. But so far, that's really all we know.
Right.
Yeah, they've got a lot coming down the pipeline, but are they going to be good? I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to pay $60 or $70 to find out, but I will pay $15 a month.
Right.
But with Sony, I already know those games are most likely going to be good. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think some of the things we're talking about, what we might see, correct, at Sony's event, is that because you guys kind of all over the place.
Thanks for joining the show, Travis.
Sorry, Bob. Well, no, you guys were all over the place. I just want to make sure that's what we're still on.
Yeah, well, he mentioned maybe a competitor to Game Pass.
Yeah. So I mean, that would be great. I would be all about that. But to Justin's point, they got a lot of catching up to do if they plan on competing. But they got to start somewhere, right? I mean, that's just like kind of like you said, like any streaming service that came out when Netflix was the only thing that existed. Like, yeah, you might have to start small, but I mean, look at all the stuff that's already on Disney Plus. You know
it could definitely happen. It could. Yeah. They have the resources to make it happen. It's just will they?
Yeah, especially if they get better about buying and partnering with studios and being better about building relationships with people that's outside of their. I feel like they have this circle of trust, right? Like Insomnia and all these other game developers, but outside of that, I don't know if they continue to build those relationships. But what I was going to say, some things that I think we're going to hear a lot from Square Enix. I think we're going to hear a lot of updates around Final Fantasy, whether that's Final Fantasy 16 coming to console, or I don't know if it already is or not, but I think we'll hear stuff around Final Fantasy 16. They have a new game coming out called Forspoken. I think we might also see some updates around the Life is Strange, their series that they have for Life is Strange as well. And one thing I hope we hear about, outside of more information about the game called Stray, where you play a little cat that's wearing a backpack. Y'all seen the trailer?
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I remember seeing it.
You literally play a cat with a backpack, and it looks awesome. But anyways, with that being said, I hope we're surprised, but I'll be honest, like, I think we're just going to get updates on stuff we've already heard about. I don't see them giving us any kind of surprises or anything like that.
Oh, so. I do. I think we'll have one big surprise. You want to know what I think it's going to be?
SOCON?
No, that's on the next part where we talk about what we want to see. Okay. I think we'll see, or it will be announced Spider-Man 2.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
What if they announce GTA 6?
They won't. We're going to talk about GTA 6 in a minute. They may announce it. But hang on a second, because we have a question from Cortland again. For you guys, not for me. So I'll just shut up.
Random question for Travis and Terry. Have either of you played the Jak and Daxter series? I played it way back when, yes, but I'll be honest, it's been so long since I played it. I remember it being fun, but I couldn't tell you a lot of details about it. I know it was very similar to me. It played very much kind of like a Ratchet and Clank / Spyro game from what I remember. But what about you, Terry?
That's a game series I always wanted to play. Like, I know, actually, I've looked into the lore and stuff of the game, but I've never really got into it. Like, that's something little kid Terry just didn't play.
Yeah. I guess he already knew your answer. So he didn't want to ask you, Justin.
Yeah, I know. But I think they'll announce Spider-Man 2. I think that will be the big surprise, right? And I think we'll get The Last of Us Part 2 Factions, the multiplayer mode that's supposed to be coming. I think we'll get some concrete information on that. And probably GTA 5, that one, the remaster, we'll probably get some gameplay and stuff on that.
Yeah, I think we'll also, as much as you guys don't probably want to hear it, but I was talking about Square Enix. One of the things I forgot about is I also think we're going to see a roadmap for the Avengers game. Like,
I hope they just set it on fire and throw it away.
Well, I know, and I've not been playing it, so I don't want you to think that. But like,
maybe they can save it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering with the Guardian, because there's a Guardians game coming out made by the same studio, right? Or the
yeah, I think it's gonna be single player only though.
It is.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering with that coming out, like if they can use this Avengers game maybe to build and lead up to that game, to help.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So, and they could even work those characters into that game as well. I know it's very much like a Destiny type game where they're trying to continue to put content in the game. So
Cortland has another Jack and Daxter comment about, I wish they would remake a refresh from Naughty Dog since the major success they had with Last of Us. Highly recommend it. Fun fact about Cortland, he likes to cosplay as Jack and Daxter at the same time.
I'd like to see a picture of that.
Okay, I'll get it.
Opens Photoshop.
What else do we think we'll see at the PS event?
Oh, do you think we'll get an update on possibly a new PlayStation VR?
Oh, that's actually something I meant to mention. Yes, I think we'll see it. I do. Yep.
I think it's too early.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
People don't even have PS5s.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I think we'll see.
Oh, here's something else you can't get.
No, I think we'll see the tech. I don't think it's going to come out. I think we'll see it in action. People
get VRs before they get PlayStations is what will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we'll see the tech in action, though. I do.
Yeah.
I think we'll get an update on Gran Turismo.
Oh,
that's
maybe,
something like kind of in the background.
Yeah. Maybe we'll actually get a full Gran Turismo and not just like a sport, like a half-brewed game.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not as good as Forza anyways.
They don't have any they don't have like. I remember when it used to be Forza, it used to be Gran Turismo, and then Xbox tried to get in also. I think it was even before Forza, it was Project Gotham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And none of those could hold a candle to Gran Turismo, but now the tables have turned.
It's Forza
Motorsports for the serious people, and then you have and they had such a good idea when they did that, where they had the motorsports games for the enthusiasts that like wanted that simulation, that they were trying to steal that Gran Turismo crowd, and then for the people that were like the Need for Speed people, the open world racers, then they just here's Horizon. Like it's such a good idea.
Horizon's so much fun too.
Oh, it is.
What would you do? Actually, I'll save this for what do you want to see, okay?
Okay.
Do we have anything else we think we will see?
I don't think so.
You know what I would love to see, and I know this I'm going to get made fun of so much.
Isn't that the next topic? What you'd love to see?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We're jumping into that anyway, so go ahead and Travis, what would you love to see?
You know what I would love to see? The game that I used to play all the time. It's never going to happen. I would love to see Rockstar revive Midnight Club Racing. I know that sounds dumb.
No, those are good games. They were fun.
I used to love those games because I don't know why. It was just like the customization and just like I don't know what it was about those games, but I really, really like those games. And you could tell when you're playing a lot of like the racing Grand Theft Auto games that like some of those little things kind of carried over to that, but I don't know. I just the characters, just the storyline, just everything about it. Like, oh yeah, Dub City Edition, baby, absolutely. But yeah, I would love to see them do to revive some old franchises. I mean, remember we used to have before that Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption was all they did. Like we had Smuggler's Run, we had Midnight Club Racing, we had the Rockstar Table Tennis game, we had Bully. Like there's a lot of franchises, and I'm not saying I want these games to be remade or remastered, but I would like to see new versions of these games and see them do something outside of. And it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. I know it sounds weird. It's like Red Dead Redemption, great, right? I don't feel like Red Dead Redemption was like with Grand Theft Auto. I feel like it's turned in about how much money can we make from the online community. I mean, don't get me wrong; they've continued to support it for a really long time, and they still can support it to this day. But I hope that it doesn't, like Rockstar does not turn into that's all they care about. Like Red Dead Redemption, great single player game with online multiplayer, but you can tell that game don't get the same support as Grand Theft Auto, right? So I just hope that that's not the two things that they focus on. Like, give me, take some risk, you know what I mean? So sorry.
I mean, are we supposed to be getting another Bully? Like, hasn't that been in the works for forever?
Rumored,
yeah,
it was rumored, yeah, but I don't. I don't know where they obviously are on that, but
Right.
just something that I just thought about, talking about games we'd like to see or surprises like Midnight Club. I don't know why, but I would love to see that.
No, I love those games too. They were a lot of fun back in the day. Is that all you want to see? Is Midnight Club?
No, sorry. I went on a tangent. I'll let you guys talk while I think a little bit more about some other things. So go ahead.
Terry, what do you want to see?
I would love to see a Sly Cooper revival.
Okay.
I would like to see a Jack and Daxter remake, kind of like how Travis said, like a remake of some games that would lead into a new game. Because isn't Naughty Dog, like, I'm pretty sure the last event they said Naughty Dog's working on some games that aren't Uncharted related, right?
I think they did, yeah.
Or Uncharted Last of Us. So like they're making new titles or maybe remaking some old games. Otherwise, Jack and Daxter. I mean, that's really all on top of my head. What about you?
Cortland, dang, these guys are on fire tonight. Hopefully he's talking about us. And I don't know.
It does burn when I pee, so he could be right.
Oh, ouch. So obviously the one for me would be SOCOM. I really want to see SOCOM, but I would also be happy seeing like Killzone come back.
Oh,
Sony, yeah, Sony's been out of the multiplayer shooter game for a while, and I honestly think I really do. I'm a conspiracy theorist when it comes to this. QAnon, I'm here. I really think it's because of the exclusive deals they have with Activision for Call of Duty. I think that there's some sort of clause that says you can't compete with this kind of. I could be wrong, but the timing of when they stopped making those games and when their exclusive deals with Activision started line up almost perfectly. Cortland's also excited about maybe getting Sly and Jack and Daxter as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cortland, for the comment. Cortland's lighting up the comments tonight. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah. You guys should light up our Better Off Reds comments on Thursday.
Okay. If I cared about baseball, I would.
I know.
Sports.
You care about this.
Oh, yeah. I hate you.
But I hope we see that. Yeah, you mentioned GTA 6 earlier. It would be nice to see that, but I just don't think we will, and I'll go into more detail. Well, we will go into more detail on that in a minute. But SOCOM, that would be a really great one to see. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Maybe a third Last of Us, but that's way too early.
What about a Guitar Hero revival or like Rock Band?
Dude, I was just talking about that the other day. Like, I had some people over for a movie night and just had some like a crowd, and I was like, God, I would give anything to be able to play because we were just thinking of something to do as a group, and luckily there was a game on Apple TV. I think it's called like Song Pop, where basically like everybody can get on their phone, and it's basically who can figure out what song's playing the quickest, and everybody kind of buzzes in from their phones. But I was just like, it'd be so much fun to just play something like Rock Band. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened, like why they don't think people. I mean, maybe people wouldn't be interested in that, but dude, I tell you, like, I love those games.
I think it comes down to the cost to license the music. Like they do it initially, right? They buy like 30, 40 songs, right? And interest is high, okay? And then you get like a year in and you still have to renew those songs or add songs to keep interest. But at the same time, player levels are going down, broken instruments are going up. So the cost of repairing those instruments.
Well, obviously they don't have instruments, but still, like they're
Just Dance is still pretty popular, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like they support music from like Just Dance 2010. Like your library just keeps getting bigger with each game.
That's a subscription service, so you have to pay for that.
True.
Yeah. So if Rock Band or Guitar Hero a subscription service, that would be good. But like,
I think people would do it.
Well, that's the thing. The problem with Rock Bands is be like, hey, buy these 3 songs for I don't know $5, $10, but you only want one of them. You know, it was just kind of
same with Beat Saber.
Yeah, it should be like a subscription where like you just pay like $10 a month and you get all of them, like Spotify or something. You know.
All right, I'm gonna hit y'all with some games, and I want to come back that I've been sitting here pondering.
Okay.
One of them
He's Googling.
No. One of them I can't remember the name of. I don't know.
Sorry, I was hoping you would just talk. I was like, I'm going to give you the mic. Go ahead.
So one of them that I need remember, it was a Sony exclusive. I need help remember the title, but it was an old war game, but instead of Nazis, you were fighting aliens.
Resistance.
Yeah, that was an Insomniac game.
Yes, I would love to see that game come back, that franchise, because I remember that actually being kind of cool. Because you said Killzone. As soon as you said Killzone, it made me think of that game, which I never, obviously. I would also like Sony to – do you remember PlayStation All-Stars? It was kind of like for a split second they were trying to have a competitor to like Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
That was made by Blue Point, who they just purchased.
Yeah. So with all these, like, it's been so long since that games came out, I would think they would have a lot of other characters they can now add into the game. So I think that would be really cool. Let me say 2 words to you guys and see what you think. You're probably going to tell me you would probably never go back and play them, but I know you've had some childhood memories playing it. Twisted Metal.
Oh, yeah, I would love that.
Absolutely.
Aren't they making a show about that?
I don't know.
They are, yes.
Let me tell you about a game that was super hyped that I played. I absolutely loved. My only complaint is it was too short, but I was blown away by the technology and the graphics and everything. The Order. Did you guys play that game?
Oh, yeah.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
Yeah.
I didn't, but it looked incredible.
Yeah, so I thought the Order was awesome. What do y'all know about Parappa the Rapper? Now
I could do without. No.
When I was talking Sly Cooper and Jack, I was trying to think of the name of that game.
Okay. Well, another game that I played during my childhood that I can't even count the amount of hours I probably put in this game. Do y'all remember Jet Moto?
I never played it.
Okay, I'm too old. If anybody that's still watching played Jet Moto,
does anybody remember Pong?
Oh man. All right. So I know we talked about Metal Gear Solid. I'm bringing a lot of old ones back. So
he just going through the entire 1990s Sony library, and I'm
Metal Gear Solid 2. Like that's why I'm into games.
I understand, but while that was happening, do y'all remember a game called Siphon Filter?
Yeah, Siphon Filter would be good.
Yeah, nope. Siphon Filter was dope.
About Soul Reaver.
Yeah. But yeah, so sorry, I just went on a tangent there. But yeah, I started to think about all the old PlayStation games I played back in the day. Those are a lot of. I mean, I know that's what I'd like to see, but then it turned into a list of all the things I want them to bring back.
Is Ninja Gaiden? Is that still a series? Because I used to play that on PlayStation.
Yeah, but that's Team Ninja, which is not exclusive to PlayStation, but
they're owned by Microsoft now, I believe.
Yeah, but that franchise, I played.
Those were fun.
Yeah. What if we got a new Motor Storm?
That'd be cool.
Play those?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm on fire. And no, I'm not just Googling. I'm just
What about a new Mag?
I
never played it.
That wasn't 256 players, was it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that was. I remember that.
About like a revamp of Medal of Honor.
What about SOCOM, guys? Come on,
dude. If we we should play a drinking game where we drink every time you say SOCOM.
MTV
I think I'd fall out my chair.
I remember. I never actually.
Too.
Yeah, I never actually did the races. I always just did free roam, and I would just drive around and just do crazy stuff.
Yeah, it was fun. I did the same thing.
There was a PlayStation game. I think it was PS3. It wasn't PS4. It was either free or it came with it. It was just a simple little game that you could play with some friends, and it was fun. Do you all remember the game called Pain?
Mm-mm.
You shot yourself into the city, and you basically tried to see how much damage you could cause in the city and also on yourself.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, if you haven't seen
I had a 360. I never had a PS3.
Oh, okay.
Now Mod Nation Racers.
That's good. No, that's not that good. However, this one's for you, Terry. Are you ready? I can't believe you haven't said this. Kind of embarrassing. New Infamous.
I do love Infamous.
Yeah.
I've probably beat Second Son like 5 times
now,
if not more.
Now I'm almost running out here, but one of the things that I was just thinking about that I played and it actually blew me away. Raise your hand if you played The Getaway.
Oh yeah, I would love a new Getaway game.
Yeah,
that series.
That game was so crazy, like the amount of detail in the game, because they actually tried to replicate London as much as they could, so much so that they measured the distance from the sidewalk to the building, and they replicated that in game. Medal of Honor, didn't even think about it. Good call.
What about Driver?
Oh, I
said Medal of Honor.
Did you?
No, no, it's fine. Nobody listens to me.
I was giving Cortland credit. Sorry.
No, he should get it. Yeah. What did I just say though?
You said, I don't know. Driver.
Thanks.
Driver.
See? Yeah, Driver.
Driver's not a Sony game though, was it?
It was PlayStation.
It was only on PlayStation.
Driver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Were you a Getaway person? Yeah.
Xbox wasn't out when that game came out.
The other one came to Xbox.
Wait, what was?
I don't know.
All right, so I don't know if this was a PlayStation only game, but it is a game that I played more.
Yeah, they did. Sorry.
You ready for this? Did you guys play the Stuntman games?
No.
I don't think I did.
I played a ton of Test Drive. Remember those games?
Yeah, Test Drive was good.
What was that?
All right, we're an hour in. We're an hour in. Travis has gone through the entire 1990s and early 2000s Sony catalog in hopes that they'll all come
Wait till
back.
he gets into Will Smith albums.
Yes.
Welcome to Miami.
Let's jump into the last bit of stuff we want to talk about is GTA 6, which Travis brought up earlier.
Yes.
It is. Oh, hang on. Was Bloodwake a Microsoft game back in the day?
You keep talking. You keep talking. I'll look it up.
All right.
Okay. So GTA 6, rumored to be coming out now between 2023 and 2025, which is a long time from now. It will reportedly feature a map that is evolving like Fortnite's map. Think of Fortnite when you think of the GTA map and not like goo everywhere, but like, you know, you may play 1 month and it'll be one way, you play the next month, and maybe there's a whole area under construction or something. I don't know. So it's going to be evolving, reportedly. And also it'll feature a female protagonist as one of 3 protagonists, kind of like the last game did.
Oh, we know Justin's not going to play it.
What does that even mean? Jesus.
What you said about Black
Widow.
Widow.
I just said I didn't care about the movie Black Widow. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's fine.
But anyway.
We get it.
Bloodwake was actually only on Xbox.
Okay.
But you know a game I would like to see come back on Xbox? I just thought of it because dude, I'm on
Crimson Skies.
No. Nostalgia. Remember Brute Force?
No.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Terry.
I got you.
Yeah. I like those Hunter the Reckoning games too. Those are kind of like Diablo. Those were
about Turok.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, so we're talking about. So you're talking about GTA and all that stuff you're just saying is about GTA, correct?
No, I was talking about taxes
Fortnite.
and tax brackets and whatnot.
You know, I honestly think just hates the MCU.
I don't even know. Cortland, what does that even mean? I love the MCU.
Yeah,
Thank you, Travis, he says, for looking up that information.
Yeah,
Cortland's just trolling now.
I'm honestly not surprised that Rockstar has not made a Grand Theft Auto like MMO, which I guess technically the online, I guess, is free to play and it's kind of like an MMO. But I'm honestly surprised that they have not made it like an MMO and kind of like WoW does expansions. The expansions are new cities and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Why would they have to? People pay for what they're already doing.
I mean, I guess that's true. But I think if they could get people paying money for it, it would allow them to like flesh it out even more than they already do. Because right now, I mean, once you do like, at least to my knowledge, I mean, you do all these side missions that you do like 27 times over. You can only do so many heists. You know, there's not really a campaign in the online game other than heists. Other than like, I mean, they do add occasional content, but I just think if they could actually have a GTA game that's like WoW, where you have like you make your character and you're going through this entire campaign online with people, would be kind of cool.
Right.
But yeah, honestly, do I want to see a new GTA? Yes, primarily because I want to see how good it looks. But like, am I super excited for it? Probably more so when it gets here. But I don't.
You'll be when that first trailer drops.
I'll be honest though, like I'm more excited for the new Fable to come out than I am GTA 6.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think I am too.
Well, big goal.
Wow.
I guess it's time to get to that one part of the show where we sing in harmony every single time.
Let's do it.
Well, it's time for Pick of the Week. You should have just went down to. You should have dropped 2 people out and left 1. That way,
I'll do that next time.
Yeah, but you'll randomize every week. But you have.
Yeah, but it'll never be me though. That's left standing. I'm just kidding. I'll randomize.
Are you though? I don't think you are. Marley's over here pestering me because she wants to go outside. So
Terry, what is your pick of the week? And Cortland. Cortland has something important to say.
Let's hear it.
It just says well.
Oh, because we all said well. Remember, we all said well.
Wow.
Did we?
Yes.
Tell Cortland. Well, I guess I can tell Cortland.
I'm the only one that pays attention, Cortland. Don't worry.
If I don't know if Justin or Cortland are still listening or watching, but I want you to type out what your pick of the week is while we talk about ours.
I just sent Cortland the link to join. He's familiar with this. He probably won't though.
I thought we were wrapping this up. I got stuff to do. Come on, let's go.
Whoa.
I want Cortland in here.
I got to eat. I'm hungry. I got to take my dog out. I'm hungry.
Hey, listen,
I do a spin
that's
class.
code for poop.
Actually, I don't have
spin
to.
class.
Yeah, he did that right before the episode.
Oh my god.
So did you, Terry? I don't know why you're trying to call me out.
I did. What's wrong with that?
What kind of bike do you have, Terry?
We're synced up. No,
what kind of bike do I have?
Oh, there he is. What's up, man?
Hey, the man, the myth, the legend.
Look, he's also sitting in the dark with Terry. Are y'all in the same room?
I am.
How are you liking your first ever Nerds appearance?
It's pretty great. I'm glad to be the star of the show, my first ever episode.
Yeah,
right,
you had a lot of good comments like, dang, these guys are on fire tonight. And yes, Dub City Edition, baby.
So I just want to I know Cortland just joined, but I do want to give Justin a shout out if you can click on his comments. So his pick of the week, which I've not seen anything about, is Fear Street on Netflix.
Yes, I'm excited to see it. I actually wanted to watch it tonight, but I didn't have time.
I might watch it tonight. Might be tomorrow. Yeah, I really want to watch them too. I think the next one comes out Friday, and then the Friday after that. Is that how it works?
I'm not sure.
There's 3 of them, and it's all.
I know it's a 3-part.
Yeah, I think it's weekly, but yeah. So I'm glad to hear that that's his pick of the week. I'm glad to hear that it's good. Cortland, do you have a pick of the week?
I'm going to say Loki, even though I haven't watched this week's episode.
I hope you didn't listen to the first 30 minutes of the show.
I didn't. It has not been ruined for me. So.
He just came in here to steal somebody else's pick so they can't say it. That's what it was.
Ooh.
Yeah, Terry's like, I really regret having.
No, that wasn't.
My pick of the week is Cortland for roasting Justin the entire show.
Roasting me?
Yeah, we're going to make a weekly thing.
Yeah. What's your real pick, Travis?
My real pick is a show you recommended last week called Superstore.
Oh, yes. You didn't tell me you were watching it.
I wanted to save it to the end of the show, bro.
He really hasn't watched it. It was Loki. What? He just wanted to make you happy.
Are you being serious? No. I think Cortland left.
That's fine. No, that's legit talk. That's real talk.
How far did you get?
I'm only like 5 or 6 episodes in the first season, but I like it so far.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, it definitely does have those office feels. Sorry.
Yeah, it does.
Mine is Apple Fitness Plus.
Okay.
My wife and I have been using that together. Like right before this episode, we did a dance, dance class or whatever. At first, I was like, "This is stupid." No, it was categorized under dance. I don't.
Oh, yeah, I got the alert. I got the alert on my watch. Yep.
Yeah,
I did get
it.
First, I was like, both finished up. You said you're doing a spin, a bike though, Terry?
No, Travis is. He's doing a bike.
Oh, I thought you were doing a bike.
No,
I want to get that bike
stuff.
Cortland said you tried kicking me out. Nah, fam.
No, this camera and mic went away. I just didn't know. I didn't want a box to be there.
Yeah, it's weird. It happened right after you hit remove.
So Apple Fitness Plus. I do subscribe to that as part of Apple One, but I've never used it. Obviously, you can tell by my physique.
That's awesome.
I've never used the fitness program before. Mine would be something that all I had to do was mention it to Travis today, and he went out and bought it. And that's the Arctis 7P headset for the PlayStation 5. My Pulse 3D headset, it worked really well for audio, but for party chat, it was kind of annoying. And I did some research, and I picked up the Arctis 7P, and I'm loving it. So, big fan, and that's my pick.
I do have a question about it, and maybe this is something I can ask you offline. But in order to do firmware updates on that, I assume you have to plug it into your PC, correct?
Correct. Yeah, and you could actually set like certain levels on your PC, and when you unplug it and put it on your PlayStation,
that's how my Arctis 9 is. I just want to make sure it's the same process.
Yeah. So, Cortland, you just got back from vacation.
I did.
Good. Are you watching something?
I'm watching the Reds.
Oh, hey.
Doing research.
Me too. During the whole show.
Wow. Well, talking sports ball. I gotta go, guys. I'll see you.
All right. Well, this is a fun episode. Anybody else have anything to add before we leave?
I've been watching this.
Oh!
I can't believe you put my mom on Facebook and Instagram and the news.
You put her on our Instagram?
No.
Oh,
it's like,
oh no,
no, he didn't.
Oh, yeah. All right. Does anybody have anything else to add?
No, Cortland. Thanks for dropping in, though. It's nice.
Yes, Cortland.
Thanks for sticking around. Been a great crossover.
Please continue to roast Justin as much as you can.
Yeah,
roast.
I will.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it on Thursday when we do the Red show.
Yeah, you are gonna get it.
Oh no, today's Monday. I'm gonna have to remember too because it feels like a Sunday. Anyway,
I'm gonna have Cortland send me the link, and I'm just gonna pop in when you least expect it.
Do it, man. I would love to have you on, especially because you're a dirty Cardinals fan, and we will talk about that.
Hey, let me know when you guys do an episode on the Cardinals, and I'll pop in.
I forgot about that. We talked about that at the beginning of the season.
We did. We talked about you, Travis, once.
Wow.
You're a dirty Redbird fan. Anyway, this has been episode 110 of Nerds with Mics. You'll hopefully see us next Sunday at 8:30 on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. And audio recordings of the show will go live shortly after. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, do all of that. And who knows, maybe you'll be on the show. I don't really know anymore.
I just forgot. I forgot to do this after spoilers, remember?
Oh, yeah. Spoilers forever for Loki now.
Dude, people are mad as hell.
Right. Yeah. And goodbye.
Yeah.
Didn't end the broadcast.